Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Racing Insiders podcast. I am Kate Dillon from Crate Insider, and I am here today with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines. He is
lasering the cat.
He's lasering the cat.
Like this. See? Laser.
Yeah, great. Now you're going to laser everybody else. We're going to try to get us in trouble again, right?
Again.
Well, we didn't get in trouble the time you were lasering another car from our car.
God, that guy was a jackass.
He totally was a jackass. Yeah. It was hilarious, though.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Anyway, happy Monday. How's your week so far? One day in.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
it's Monday.
It's a Monday. Are you having a case of the Mondays?
No, just like trying to get parts. Trying the normal routine.
Oh yeah. I was ordering stuff today, so yeah, ordering some stuff. Other stuff's coming in, and yeah.
It's always shit's on terminal back order, that kind of stuff.
Or now we just give up. We're just going to discontinue it. And there's
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's some stuff's cleared through, and some stuff you just still can't get.
Right.
Yeah. Like fuel pump rods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've not been able to order Comp Cam's fuel pump rods for probably about a year.
Any other brand, probably, for the bronze tip ones.
Right? Oh, I mean, I don't even know what other ones to look at.
I mean, we've looked everywhere and can't find any.
No.
It's like few and far between.
Yeah, and I even called them last week, and they kind of laughed at me. They're like, "Do you have this part number?" Yeah, no. How about this one? Nah. Nope. Any no idea when you're going to get them? No.
Which kind of tells you where they're coming from. So
yeah, well, exactly. On a slow boat from China, quite literally, right?
Or a slow balloon.
Oh, yeah. So interestingly, I was just watching something about this. That all that stuff that's been shot down. I mean, we've never shot anything down in the North American skies, like literally ever.
Right.
Until the weather balloon 10 days ago. And now we've shot 3 more things down.
Yeah.
They won't tell us what they are. They don't know what they are.
No. I mean, there is a conspiracy theory that, we did shoot something down over Roswell, but there's that.
Well, yeah. There's that. But yeah. Well, then there's the other one that
was a weather balloon.
Yeah, true. Yeah, apparently the Pentagon person, like during the Super Bowl last night, he was asked on CNN, well, what would you have to say if some people out there are thinking these might be UFOs? Well, we're not ruling anything out, is what the answer was. Okay.
I saw like a funny thing a buddy of mine posted earlier. It was like, in 2023, we're shooting down, aliens, or,
on their bingo card.
On their bingo card of the shit that can go wrong. I mean, I had World War III. I did not have shooting down aliens.
I didn't either. Pippi's helping out here. We should totally have a bingo card for 20. You know what? That's what I'd love to see. Go ahead and drop into the comments wherever you're watching this, whether you're watching this live or you're later on watching the replay. But jot down
like a 25 spot freaking card.
Yeah, just any of your ideas. It doesn't have to be all 25, but whatever. Well, I guess it'd be 24 because we're going to get a free space.
Right, exactly.
There's a free space in the center. Other than that, just drop in your comments about what we should put on our 2023 bingo cards.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Total random shit.
Yeah. And then we could even just like put our bingo. We'd have our bingo cards week to week.
Yeah.
And yeah, not that we want to fill them. We don't really want to get bingo because, I don't know. There could be some good things. We could put good things on our bingo cards.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, that's hilarious. Though, trying to think what other news. Well, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think like Philadelphia preemptively like burned shit down and stuff, or like flipped over police cars or some shit.
Oh, did they?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't. But you know what? Actually, this time they would have earned it because I feel like that was the worst refereeing I have ever seen in a Super Bowl.
I don't disagree with that.
That was that one call, I mean, they had a call earlier, like not calling it a catch. I don't know if the guy still has the ball. What do you call it? But
Yeah.
There was no question. Yeah.
Something else.
All right. So Scott's here. He says, happy pre-Valentine's Day from California. Happy pre-Valentine's Day to you, Scott. And happy Valentine's Day to anyone else who, is going to be celebrating
that made-up holiday.
Yeah, we're going to be playing trivia.
Yep, exactly.
So we probably need to study up on Valentine's Day because there's definitely going to be some questions.
Probably.
Yeah, I would
probably be like a bunch of Greek stuff, I guess, probably.
Yeah, or Roman.
Or whatever.
Or Victorian.
St. Valentine is.
Yeah, or really, yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah.
You're a recovering Catholic, so.
I am,
you can...
but I don't. Yeah. I mean, I know there is a St. Valentine, but that is really, that's kind of the beginning and end of all that I know about the religious significance of that.
Exactly.
All right, Michael's got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and drop it in. Yes.
Awesome. That's
question,
what we're here for.
Yeah, drop it in there.
Or it could be a short night, like last week was. Last week it was like a short night.
Yeah, so. I have a question for you, Steve. This is from I screenshotted it because it was long. It was on YouTube.
Shotted?
Screenshotted.
Is shotted a word?
It is now.
Screenshotted?
Well, it's better than screenshotting.
Screenshotted it.
I just because it was like it's past tense of screenshot.
Yeah.
Like
I took a screenshot.
Wow. Somebody does not know that we're having a podcast.
Yep.
Should we invite them on as a guest? No, we're not going to do that.
Let's not do that.
Okay. So James asked, because this was on actually from our podcast a couple weeks ago or so. Mm-hmm. But James asked, he says, our class runs exhaust manifolds as well as mufflers. We do run an X pipe. If we install the anti-reversion chamber between the manifold and the X, would you eliminate the mufflers that are currently after the X?
I would if you don't have a decibel rule.
Right. I have a feeling like this sounds like one of those setups where you are running mufflers because you actually want mufflers.
Yeah, I'd want to tune that like on a dyno, on a chassis dyno.
Okay.
Because on an exhaust manifold, I have no clue where to tell you to put that anti-reversion muffler, quote unquote, chamber.
Yeah.
After the manifold. So I would certainly want to be on a chassis dyno and have a bunch of different pipes made up. And I mean, it'd probably be worth your time doing it. I mean, I know it would be.
Right. Because you would pick up some
torque.
But
I would certainly be, playing around with lengths and all that stuff and where it goes in relationship to that X pipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But not necessarily, you could definitely take off the mufflers if you don't need them for the sound decibel.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a dB rule.
But if you do, then you would need to keep those mufflers on there.
Exactly.
For sure. Okay. Let's see. So Michael Lassie says 604, IMCA mod, methanol, single pass radiator, Jones water pump. He says, crap, I keep hitting enter. LOL, 604, and thermostat or restrictor. Or question mark. No, you cannot have my water.
So you're not. I mean, on methanol, you're never going to need a restrictor of any kind, honestly.
Okay.
Because I mean, you got more than enough cooling just with the methanol. If anything, you're going to need a thermostat of some sort. Stewart makes a thermostat that acts like a normal thermostat.
Right.
And then of course we've got our arts, or thing I've been pushing here lately, which is the arts thermostat, which actually doesn't allow the water pump to cavitate while the thermostat's closed. So, I'd definitely be on a thermostat.
Well, and then
of some sort. I mean, either or. I mean, I prefer the arts deal. It's expensive, it's pricey, but it's well worth the money to do it, and that's what I'd recommend first and foremost. Secondly, like I said, Stewart makes a thermostat that's it's not a bypass built into it, but it's a pretty good thermostat for being a thermostat.
Right. And let's talk about that bypass for a second, because that's how is the arts thermostat able to operate and not have cavitation on the water.
Well, it bypasses before the thermostat, so it allows the water to go back into the pump, top of the pump. So there's no way the pump can cavitate. Whereas, like with the normal thermostat, if it's shut off, the pump's just sitting there cavitating and doing nothing. It's not pumping anything, basically. In other words.
Yeah, and with cavitation, that's where you're introducing air into a system.
Oh, potentially, yeah. But it's just not a good thing to have happen.
Now, would you also say that without having water in a water pump in a situation like that, that you would also be putting some wear on the
Well, you're going to have
pump?
water in the water pump, but with it sitting there cavitating, it's not something that you want.
Yeah.
So it solves that issue.
Let's see. Michael says, so an art steel from Hendren. I appreciate it. Art steel. Yeah. Cool deal. And actually, I've got them on CrateInsider.com.
Again, like I said, I mean, they're not cheap, but you know, with that system, I mean, you got the best of both worlds. Again, you're not going to have pump cavitation, and you're going to pay your fuel price within probably a few drums.
Easy.
Just by buying it. So
yeah, definitely saves on fuel when you want to get your engine temperature for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you'll have no. I mean, the issue with methanol is actually getting the engine warm enough. Very similar to E85. Actually, worse than E85.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And even though methanol.
I mean, back in the day when I ran methanol in California, I mean, that was always the issue, was getting the car warm enough where that thing could actually take off and act like it's supposed to. And yeah, it was always a struggle on methanol.
Great. Now, what about any other questions you've received this week?
Well, this week it'd consisted of today, but it's like since last
podcast,
Monday. Honestly, there's nothing I can think of off the top of my head. I keep meaning to write shit down, but like when you're asked a question, you just don't, you answer it, and I'm still putting a motor together. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I don't think they're like. I mean, I stop when I answer the phone, so I'm not assembling an engine as I'm talking on the phone. But then I want to go right back to what I'm doing so I can get it done.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think to sit there and jot down whatever the question was to talk about on the show.
Yeah. Well,
which I probably need to do, but
well, it'd be helpful. I mean, for you and for our viewers and.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole idea of the show, is to answer questions for people that maybe you don't get answered by anybody else.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe we announced it. I'm not sure if we did or not, but the Race Logic Chassis School, everything is all edited and uploaded and everything. So I know we have someone here from the IMCA world. We did an IMCA stock car class. And
he's in an A mod, but he's in an A mod. But...
Oh yeah. Stock car.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just heard the word IMCA.
Right.
It's I'm having a bit of a case of the Mondays myself. So yeah, not really modified. So stock cars this year and the crate late models. Yeah. But in the crate late model class, we actually covered a lot of other different kinds of cars too, not just late models. We talked a little bit about modifieds and street stocks.
Yeah, I mean the people in that class, we had guys with the Northeast modifieds, like it's kind of like the big block modifieds with 602s.
Yeah.
Then we had a few guys in there that actually had, like 602, with B mods, I guess is what you call them. Maybe?
Sport mods. Yeah. Yeah. It was same as B mod.
Right.
But I like sport mod better.
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't know. I don't always like the hierarchy.
It's not my forte, so I can't keep track of what they're all called. But.
Right. Well, and you don't deal with it every single day or anything.
No, but I mean, the thing is, we're everything relates. So engine to engine and combinations, rules may vary on what you can run for spacers and shit like that, carburetors, but engine wise, everything else is, and exhaust wise, everything else is pretty much the same.
Gotcha. And I see James is here. He's the one that asked the question about the anti-reversion mufflers that we were just talking about earlier. And he says, do the anti-reversion mufflers get rid of the need for an X pipe? And how do you feel about running them in a class that uses exhaust manifolds? James, when this is over, I actually did take your question and we talked about it a little bit earlier. You may be joining us a little bit later so you can hear what he had to say about.
I'll repeat it because I don't think that's not going to hurt anything to repeat it because there's people here now that weren't here earlier. But I mean, the anti-reversion stuff is definitely going to help you. To what extent, I don't know, because I've never actually tested it on exhaust manifolds. But I've had customers of mine who do like street performance exhaust, you know, and they run exhaust manifolds on some of this stuff, and they definitely notice a difference on it. Now, this is street, not circle track racing or anything like that. But what I do is you need to make up a bunch of different combinations. And honestly, you're going to be crash test dummy for this whole thing. So I would make up a bunch of different combinations from the exhaust manifold out. In other words, with extensions and where you're putting the anti-reversion chamber / muffler in relationship to the exhaust manifold. And then I would want to try it with the X-pipe. I'd want to try it without it and stuff like that. My guess is, after you just asked about eliminating the X-pipe, I didn't know that you didn't have to run it. My guess is that the anti-reversion chamber with a certain length of tubing is probably going to be better off than running with the X-pipe. That's just educated or uneducated guess, basically.
Well, it's a theory. It's a working theory. Like
it's a theory, yeah.
Or hypothesis.
But I would certainly try it. Every combination you can possibly try, and it's going to be worth the time. I mean, you're not going to be able to do this on an engine dyno, honestly, because you're not going to be able to, you know, make a pass at a low enough RPM to actually, you know, show a difference. But I would certainly try to track down where you can get on a chassis dyno and, you know, hell, book 8 hours if you have to, and go in there and just start slinging shit at it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot cheaper than trying to figure out the racetrack. I can tell you that.
Well, I mean, that's how headers get developed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen it, you know.
That's how
you form a hypothesis and you come and put them on an engine. You try out a few different things.
That's how us and Profab developed their current exhaust system. So.
Exactly. It's just
for
that
crates, you know.
Right. Yeah, just that process. Which, by the way, for those of you who are looking for 604 crate headers, I was just informed today that I am getting some out of the batch that they're working on right now. So we're looking at about 2 weeks. So the end of next week. So I will start taking some pre-orders tomorrow.
Okay. Good.
I'll make some changes to the website and I will pre-sell them. You know, pre-order, you know, you can get your pre-order in, and that way, as soon as they're ready, then they'll go out. And then I still have 602 headers, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Another question here. I see Chris is here. He says, I bought a set of 604 valve springs from you. Is one for the exhaust and another for the intake? Are they all the same? There is the mark at the top of 8 of them and a mark at the bottom of 8 of them. Well, we don't really make marks on them.
Well, that's going to be a factory. It's probably going to be like a white mark is what I'm guessing.
Oh.
Is what they're going to be.
Well,
so,
I mean, we rate it if you had to take them out of all the little baggies, then that's not a match set. But if they're individual bags, but we bag them, yes. When they're matched, we bag them.
Should be marked intake and exhaust.
Yeah, with labels on the outside of the bags.
Yeah.
So the marks on the springs themselves are just like a factory mark.
Yeah.
That would be all that is.
Yeah. So I would. I mean, it's a beehive, so it's obvious the direction that it goes.
Right.
Obviously, setting up on the engine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they were individually bagged, then that's going to be a stock set.
Right.
So not to say we can't screw or you can't screw up and send the wrong shit to somebody, but
it can happen. You know?
Normally, yeah, they're marked intake and exhaust because you'll have 8 in one bag, 8 in another bag.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I just don't know what you ordered. I mean, I'm not in front. I mean, I'm in front of a computer, but I'm not in that screen, so I don't know which one. But from the factory, no, they don't mark them as intake and exhaust. No, they just are what they are.
Yeah.
So who knows where the little white mark goes?
Well, normally, yeah. I mean,
in those boxes, there's no
mark,
telling. Yeah, for sure. And let's see. Michael says, how much would you probably spend on a 604 that hasn't been gone through before?
Right now, I mean, depending on who you're buying it from, whether you know the person or not. I mean, you got to consider like a brand new motor. Well, can I even say what a brand new one is right now?
Only if it's map pricing, can you?
I mean,
we can tell you what map pricing is. We absolutely cannot say any other number, Steve.
Yeah, because
it violates.
I could get term of service with General Motors.
Yes,
but
current map, which is minimum advertised price, Current map pricing on a 604 is $8,901.09.
What I can
So 8901.09.
What I can tell you is if you call a few dealerships like the larger ones, that price is not
Call
going
and
to be the
ask what
same.
theirs. That's just what minimum advertised price
So,
is. You could get some better deals.
I'm
from
just
different
throwing a number out
performance dealers.
here. I'm just throwing it. I'm going to say probably. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know. But I'm going to say
technically advertising.
Yeah, if I was going to buy one, it's got a short amount of laps, never been gone through before, and you can freshen it. I mean, the average freshen up job and blueprinting through us is going to be $3,200.
Okay.
So if I was going to, I'd pay maybe $6,500 at the most
for a used
for
one.
A used one that's never been gone through.
Okay.
Personally, just based off what I know my cost is on everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great.
And that'll save you some money over the price of a new one.
He says it's an older motor from a 2018.
2018, yeah, that's good. That's a good year. So I mean, it's not a big deal. So it would definitely be worth that much money.
6,500.
Yeah. I mean, I would say 6,000, 6,500, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Because I mean, again, you got to consider that. I mean, and most like us, like my business, and most guys, you're going to get them rebuilt through. We're similar on price.
Yeah.
So
well,
I mean,
on that, the person who is selling it
there
for $6,000 or $6,500, that's probably what they paid for it back in 2018.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, for real.
Yeah. So they're going to get their money back, and you're going to get a deal
and more. Yeah.
Potentially.
Right. If it's as long as it's a good motor, then yeah. And if it hasn't been gone through, as long as you do go and get it blueprinted, then you can make sure that everything is 100% legal and all that good stuff.
But I can tell you for a fact, like a new one is, depending on where you go, is not going to be the price that was just listed.
Yeah. And James says, yeah, thanks guys. I did sign in late and I do have access to a check.
Yeah,
that's great.
Please do, because I'd be interested in hearing what your results are on that, honestly.
Well, and he can call you.
Yeah, and feel free to call me too, and we can talk on the phone or whatever. But I think I've got a couple ideas on that.
And you'll probably want to talk to Mike, and might have like a whole kind of a plan for him too.
I'm like burping beer here. But yeah,
beer burping.
Beer burping. But no, I mean, feel free to call me anytime. I'd be interested in hear the results. Because that's not something I've been asked before, and going forward, this could be something that can help everybody else.
Yeah, well, maybe
not necessarily your competition. Just don't. Yeah, I won't be like telling all your competition about shit.
Well, and I just put Steve's phone number up on the screen.
Yep.
Is the 828-286-0780. So that's Hendren Racing Engines, and you're there, like 8:30 to 5, 9 to 5.
Yeah, and if I'm usually the guy that answers the phone. If I sound grumpy, usually I'm not. I'm just busy.
Yeah.
So
well, here's how they answer. Well, why don't you just pretend to answer the phone for a second? Bring
Hendrens.
That's all you get. That's literally all you get right there. Hendrens, and then there's no even telling like who's actually answering the phone.
It could be me or my brother or Alex.
Yeah,
we all sound about the same, I guess.
You do when you all answer it the same, and I can't distinguish because they all sound just as grumpy as the other one, and there's not enough syllables there for me to like figure it out. Because I have had it where Mike's answered before. And I'm like, oh, hey, Steve, la, 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 and, something.
Well, I mean, like one of the things, like here recently, we've been getting like these calls where they actually come from phone numbers of area codes of people that I would normally deal with.
Yeah.
And it's like some shit call from some fucking raghead wanting to, like, I don't know, sell you, I don't know, fucking
Google listing, health insurance.
Yeah. So I get pissed off.
Oh, I get really pissed.
I get 3 of those in a row or some shit. And then like some legit dude calls and I'm like, oh, Hendrens.
I
know. Oh, how's your day?
I'm like, what do you want? Like, whoa. I just wanted to say, hey, wow,
Yeah. So
because now they try to do it like it's a local number. Now I just don't even want to answer any local numbers.
Yeah, local numbers to me are like garbage now.
But
I still have to answer the phone.
Yes.
Because it's the phone ring, and so.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah. So if getting lots of an enormous,
I guarantee I'm not grumpy if you call. I'll just say.
I think getting an enormous amount of spam calls. If that's on my bingo card, then I got that square.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Oh, Chris said it's not a match set. So the valve springs with the markings.
Yeah, it could be top or bottom.
That's just kind of random. They don't really mark them for any reason. He says, thanks. And Joe's here. He says, hi, have you ever tested Brisk spark plugs?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have.
Mixed results.
I got mixed results. On the 602 and 604. Well, honestly, to be fair, I've never tested them on 602. Okay. Good buddy of mine, Jason Orr, 955 Automotive. He's got a set that he swears by on the 602s on gas, like shitty gas.
Sunoco 110.
Yeah, Sunoco 110 or their 91 octane and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
he's noticed a difference, so I trust him 100%.
Well, and it's not just pump gas. I mean, it's when you say shit gas, you're just saying it's not like the high caliber racing gas. Yeah.
I've tested similar plugs on the 604s. I've seen no improvement over the stuff we recommend, which is going to be the Autolite or the NGK. Mm-hmm. What I have noticed a difference on is the 525s. Mm-hmm. Massive difference in performance using. I don't have the part number off the top of my head, but on a 525, freaking just night and day versus a conventional style plug. And this is like basically a 4-prong plug on the Brisk.
Okay.
That just got the electrodes sticking out. So that thing there is freaking amazing.
Great. Maybe I can get that part number from you.
Yeah. Pippi's like moving the light now.
Oh,
meow.
He's like little devil horn sometimes. I swear today must be a devil horn kind of a day. He just wants attention.
At any rate, yeah, I have. Again, mixed results. I will tell you again, like that 525, just fucking awesome plug. Mm-hmm. That thing's amazing.
Yeah. Good. Not so much luck with the 604s. Really overrated on those.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff we tested can we come back and revisit that later on down the line? Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think where this really excels with the 525 is the fact that, it's got coil packs and, the whole thing going on with that ignition system versus, just conventional ignition.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Well, cool. I think that's all of our questions for today.
Really?
Yeah.
It's only 7:30. Wow.
I know. You said we'd probably be a little shorter show anyway. So, any other last thoughts for the week?
Not really.
I guess just happy Valentine's Day to all of our great friends out there.
Yeah,
all of our wonderful viewers. Oh, let's see. Oh, I guess there are a couple of questions here.
There you go.
And Cameron says, is there a chance we switch to 525 motors? Is there a chance? I don't know who we is, but you deal with 525s, so I'm not sure what your question is. Tom's here from California. Hey, nice
Tom.
to see you, Tom.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. I don't know.
TK is there a chance to switch to 525 motors? I would hope everybody end up going to a 525. Do you want to run a $40,000 steelhead or, an $8,500 525?
Mm-hmm.
That'll outrun the steelheads most of the times at most tracks, unless it's just like some hammer down half mile.
Well, there's always just different trends in racing, and there's things on the rise and things on the decline, and then it just it seems like it's really cyclical. You start with the 602s, and I went to 604s, and 525 struggled, but the 602s really got big again.
If General Motors get their shit together and actually produce 525s, then I see it as being like the next great thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see another series start up running 525s. I know, like around our area, that Blue Ridge Outlaw deal that like my son runs every now and again. They allow the 525 as racing against steelhead stuff.
Nice. That's cool. All right. Well, and Mike says happy Valentine's Day. and happy Valentine's Day to all of
Mhm.
you. I think we'll wrap things up. And any final thoughts, Steve?
I'm gonna go get me a sandwich at Main Street Market.
Get a
Rutherfordson.
sandwich, and you're gonna watch some karaoke, right?
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna
Are you gonna participate?
I'm gonna plug my ears.
Oh, okay.
You got like 3 people or 4, 5. Well, there's more than that.
I don't know.
But
I don't go. So
this one chick sings the same fucking 3 songs every damn Monday.
that's what Danielle was
It's
telling
like,
me.
wow. Learn a new one.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks so much for being part of the show. And we will look forward to seeing you guys next Monday. Have a good one.